Good morning, church family that's here and on camera. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning. I'm not used to doing announcements, so I'm like chatting and talking to Santiago about why the manger's empty and why we have Christmas trees up and why we actually celebrate Christmas. It's not for the big guy, it's for the big guy. All right, so our announcements for this week, there still is no youth programs, not until January, no Bible study, not until January, because we're all busy ringing bells and counting kettles. So we will resume those in January. Next Sunday, we come together again at 10 a.m. for our Sunday school class. We will be in Romans chapter 7. We didn't quite get finished with our whole lesson. We got on a good discussion, though. So if you're up early and can make it to Sunday school, it's a good discussions. Today we talked about baptism, and if you have to be sprinkled, dunked, or just baptized by the Holy Spirit. And we know in the Salvation Army that we are baptized. And we learned today that baptism doesn't mean to be sprinkled or dunked. It means to be covered over. And we know that we serve a Christ that's about to be born that came here to cover over our sins. Next Sunday, out on the bulletin board, there is a sign-up list with still, I think, 3 or 4 nursing homes that still need to be covered. So if you or your family would like to do a nursing home next Sunday, please sign up, and the gifts will be here for you to deliver as well. Saturday, December 14th, the Secret Sisters, or the women's ministries, those that have participated in Secret Sister, and even if you haven't, if you would like to attend the women's Christmas tea, I need to know today if you would like to do that. The cost is $15 to go, and that's half price as to what we're being charged. There is a little announcement flyer in the back that gives you the place that it's at. It's at 11:30. I forgot to put the time on it when I was typing it up. But if you would like to go to that, that will be our Secret Sister reveal. Please let me know today because I will finalize our reservation on Tuesday. With that, if you would like to ring bells, it's not too late to sign up. You can see Marcarius, and he can tell you how to do that. You can call the front office. They can tell you how to do that. Or you can just search online for the Salvation Army bell ringing, and it'll direct you to the right site, I believe. Registertoring.com, and it'll direct you to the perfect location in Warren, our sites. Some people here go to and ring for other Salvation Armies, but that's okay. We don't hold it against you.
She's in the news next Wednesday because she rang at Walmart yesterday, and the paper was there and took pictures. Oh, nice.
You rang here or up by you? Okay, all right. Well, we thank you for ringing in Flint. We thank you. No, that's okay. Just as long as you're doing it and having fun and serving the Lord while you do it. All right, it is time for our call to worship, and I will read that. Advent is about the future. Our future, yes, but more importantly, God's future. As the Jews waited centuries for God to release them from the bondage, we wait for the full realization of the kingdom of God that Jesus launched almost 2,000 years ago. James chapter 5, verse 7 says, "Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming." Are we supposed to spend the rest of our lives on earth waiting? Well, yes. We probably will, but with eager anticipation and with plenty to do. Perhaps we could call this active waiting. It is waiting because it will be God himself who brings his kingdom to fulfillment, not us. It is active because we do not sit around positively waiting for God to take care of everything in the world that needs to be fixed. We are going to have a time of praise and worship. I invite you to stand with me. This first song will be your opportunity to meet and greet one another this morning. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. As you make your way back to your seats, we're going to sing our first Christmas carol of the season, Angels from the Realms of Glory. Angels from the realms of glory, wing your flight o'er all the earth. Ye who sing creation's story, now proclaim the Messiah's birth.
right up. Technology. Can't take me anywhere.
No.
Look at this. I was ready.
Anytime now, anytime.
Anytime now. Anytime.
Maybe today is the day.
Maybe today is the day.
I sure hope so.
I hope so too.
I've been expecting a guest for a while now.
I've been expecting a guest for a while now.
He promised that he'd come.
He promised that he'd come.
And so far, nothing.
And so far nothing, but today could be the day.
Maybe I heard him wrong.
I know I heard him right.
What if he doesn't come?
I'm sure he's coming.
What if I'm wasting my time?
I know I'm not wasting my time. I'm not.
I don't know how long I'm supposed to wait.
I don't care how long I have to wait.
There are probably things I could be doing to get ready.
And there's things I can do to be getting ready.
But why should I do anything if he's not going to show up?
That way, when he does show up, when he does get here, everything will be ready.
Seems like a lot of work, especially if he doesn't come.
It seems like a lot of work, but it will be worth it when he does come.
So I guess I'll just sit here and wait.
But I can't sit here and wait. It's going to happen.
There's really not much else I can do.
There's so much we can be doing.
Anytime now, anytime.
Anytime now, anytime.
Good morning. We have our ushers come forward. Shall we pray? Our gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity to come into your house and to worship you. Lord, we just ask that you bless these offerings to help to further your kingdom. We ask all these things in your precious name. Amen. Shall we stand for the doxology? Praise him, all creatures here below.
Good morning. This is our first week of Advent. Mary bore a child like no other mother has ever borne. She bore a new creation. The language the angel used for the formation of Jesus in Mary's womb is the language of creation, not conception.
The Holy Spirit will come over you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. Luke 1:35a.
As perplexed as she was, she didn't dismiss the message. She sought understanding, and Gabriel told her the miracle by which it would happen. When he finished explaining, Mary said to him, "I am the Lord's servant. Let it be with me just as you have said." Luke 1:38.
The question for all of us is, do we have such a Mary in us when we hear an overwhelming word from the Lord? Do we say, "Let it be with me just as you have said"?
This Advent and Christmas season, perhaps you will hear a voice or see a vision inviting you towards a calling or a task beyond what you envisioned for yourself or thought possible. Will you hear and see with a Mary-like courage? And will you act with a Mary-like faith?
Dear God, who loves us, loves to use us lowly souls like Mary to love yourself into the world, we offer our own unworthiness to you. Work through us to be a Christ bearer in places where we live. When we are tempted to narrow your expectations of us, teach us that in your hands our meagerness can be molded into a miracle of grace at work. We offer this prayer in the name of our Lord Jesus, who knows everything about us and still loves and trusts us still. Amen.
Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. In fact, today you get to sit up in here on these seats up here. Can you sit right here? Miss Deb, can you come up here and sit up here too? I have her. She's a special guest. You know why I picked her? She's old. Have a seat. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Somebody gave me a gift. It's really cool. And they said, don't open it until Christmas. Have you ever gotten a gift and they say, it's for you, but you can't open it till later? And you have to wait and wait and wait. I'm thinking it could be maybe like a remote control. What do they call it? Droid. No. Drone. A droid. Would it be like a remote control car? That would be so much fun. A small TV? Yeah, like an iPad. That would be awesome. Wouldn't that be cool? Open it. We should. Maybe I could peek and see. But they said, don't open it. I need to wait. We have to use my imagination. But now I have to ask a question. Because our Bible story we hear in the book of Luke, there is an angel that comes to Zechariah, and he's pretty old too. And his wife is told that she is going to have a baby. And she's a wonderful and a good person and a righteous person. But then it says she's really old. Way old. And I brought up Deb here because she's old. And she had to wait. And she had never had a baby, ever. Not you, Deb, but the Elizabeth in the Bible. Could you imagine being really beyond your age? Nothing against being up there. And then the angel coming to say to you that you've never had a baby, but now you're going to have one, and you got to wait. You know how a baby doll? A little girl? Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? Okay. Oh, a baby brother. Yes. I had to figure that one out. And then, not did she have to wait, because we got it's the first, so what, 23 days to Christmas? Yes, 24 days. 24 if we count today. 4 weeks. It's a lot of waiting. But Elizabeth had to wait 9 months. It was incredible. I know, that's the thing about Christmas and waiting. We have to figure it out. Can you open it? No, we have to wait. Yes. And the Bible talks about the Jewish people, the people of that land and that time. They were waiting for a Messiah. They were waiting for somebody to be a special present from God. And God had a plan for them that was going to rescue them. Now, I can only imagine that being the most important thing if I needed that. So if you can ever imagine that you were in a car wreck or your tire went flat and someone came and fixed it, or if you can imagine you were swimming and you got too far away from shore and someone came with a life jacket to help you out, or if you were in an airplane and the pilot got sick, but someone said in the back, I said, I can fly the plane, I can rescue this plane. That's something what the Jesus Messiah was. All of us need a Savior. And Jesus came and rescued us. He's the present, the wonderful present that we had to wait. They had to wait. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to do while I wait. Can you go put this under the Christmas tree? Really fast. And we're going to wait. Maybe we'll open it later. Not today, like in 25 days. 24 days. I don't know. My math is really bad. All right. We're going to wait now. Let's pray and ask Jesus to help us to wait. Lord, we thank you so much for the wonderful gifts you've given us, the promise that you had and the waiting until Christmas, but also, Lord, that in the Bible people waited so long for you to come. Help us to be longing for you and expecting you, for not only that you are born on Christmas as we celebrate, but also for your return. Someday you will come back and make everything wrong right again. Thank you, Jesus, for all these promises. And this we pray. Amen. Amen. All right.
It's the message of Christmas. While we are waiting, come. That's who we worship, God who came to be with us, Emmanuel, God with us. What a promise. What a fulfillment through Jesus. And so as we go to prayer time this morning, we're just going to ask for his presence. That's what Christmas is. God with us. I don't know about you, but I need him with me every day. As I walk through the journey of life, while we are waiting, come. We are waiting, come. While we are waiting, come. Jesus our Lord, Emmanuel. While we are waiting, come. Come, Savior, quickly come. Come, Savior, quickly come. Jesus our Lord, Emmanuel. While we are waiting, come. With power and glory, come. With power and glory, come. Jesus our Lord, Emmanuel. While we are waiting, come. Indeed, Lord, thank you for that promise of Christmas, that you would come and live among us, that Jesus, God in flesh, would be with us. We pray for that coming that has occurred. We pray for that coming into our own life, that ability for you in us to communicate with one another. So we pray that you would come in our times of need, in our times of healing, when things are going well and we need to praise you, when things are difficult and we need your presence, just come. And Lord, we wait for you to come again. We anticipate the promise that you made, that you will not leave us as orphans, but you will come to us. So God, come. We pray it in Jesus' name. Amen.
I'll be reading this morning out of James chapter 5, verses 7 and 8. And this is what God's word says. Dear brothers and sisters, be patient as you wait for the Lord's return. Consider the farmers who patiently wait for the rains in the fall and in the spring. They eagerly look for the valuable harvest to ripen. You, too, must be patient. Take courage, for the coming of the Lord is near. May the Lord bless the reading of his word.
Good morning. Good morning. Isn't it beautiful in here? All the decorations and this beautiful Christmas tree and this beautiful setting that we have here. So beautiful. I don't decorate, right? And so, being that this is my first Christmas as a married man, I gave the task to my wife and daughter to decorate. But I love the decorations and just the creativity that goes into making this place beautiful. Here we are, December 1st, the first Sunday of Advent, preparing for the celebration of the birth of Jesus. During this time, we're here in this Christmas season. For us in the Salvation Army, it already feels like Christmas has been happening since July. Right? If you know, you know. Christmas in July with the Salvation Army. Preparing to gear up for our kettles season. It starts in July, and I don't know why, but we are here. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about what it means to be living Christmas, starting with waiting. And I don't know about you, but I suck at waiting. I want what I want now. And I believe that we all have those kind of issues sometimes because we are impatient. And if you tell me that you're not impatient, I don't believe you, because most of you drive. And you know what I'm talking about. You don't like sitting at red lights. You don't like slow drivers. Am I just talking about myself here, or I hate slow drivers? But here we are on this first Sunday of Advent, entering this Christmas season. And I don't know about you, and I don't know if you have a lot of feelings. Some of you may be excited. I know most of the kids left. We have a couple of kids. Are you excited for Christmas? Yeah. Some of you might be even a little weary and just already done with it. You're just ready for Christmas to be here and gone. I understand that too. It can feel like it's just so much pressure, or life is just so much busy, or whatever, and it's just too much. So whether you're hype about Christmas or whatever you're feeling about it, let us take these next couple of Sundays to really see what it means to be living Christmas. that there is really no point to all this beautiful lights and decorations and presents, and none of that means anything if we're not living out the gospel and the good news, because that's what Christmas is all about. We should be people who are living Christmas. Our lives, regardless of the season, should be a reflection of the story of goodness and grace that is Jesus coming into this world. Will you pray with me? Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for who you are. We thank you that you were born, that you had a purpose to save us. Lord God, I hope that we can remember that in this season. Although all the gifts and all the fun and joy that it brings, that we will remember the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ. For a Savior was born, and we can be saved. Be with us today in Jesus' name, amen. As we are on this topic of waiting, we know that in the Bible, for 400 years, the people of Israel were waiting to hear from God. There were 400 years of silence. They were waiting to hear from God, but more than that, they were waiting for a Messiah, a Savior, a leader to reconcile them to God. 400 years. That is a long time of waiting. What's between what's recorded in the Old Testament and the New Testament, and now we've been waiting more than 2,000 years since Jesus' death and for his second coming. We are in the season of waiting, regardless of what you think. While it might not feel like it, God created us to be people who can wait. In that scripture that Gus read, we are reminded that we must be patient until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains. You too, us, people of God, be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near. What kind of waiter are you? And if this, any of these are you, what kind of your personality when you're waiting? Nod your head or something. Are you a nervous waiter? That when you're waiting, that you just fidget and you're moving around, what's about to happen? I see some finger pointing. Are you a fast-paced waiter? Are you a busy waiter? You fill your life with so much doing that there's no space for waiting because you're just so busy that you're giving your time to something else while you're in the midst of waiting. Are you a critical waiter? You can see the flaws in everything, and your waiting is filled with criticism and a bad attitude. I'm sometimes like that. But I think I'm more of a worried waiter. Are you a worried waiter? That you just get so overwhelmed of why it's taking so long for what you're waiting for? I think I'm a little bit like that. Now, I think that at any given day, you can be have any of those personalities when you're waiting. But today, as we consider what it means to live Christmas, this Advent season, can we be a Christian, a believer who is committed to active waiting? If you have your Bibles, I encourage you to turn to the book of Luke. Luke chapter 1. And this is Mary's example. Right? We know the story of Mary, right? She was engaged to be married, and the angel came to her to tell her she was going to conceive a son through the Holy Spirit who would be the Savior of the world. Now, I'm no mother and I've never given birth, but I have a daughter, so I think we can all agree that given that news, hearing that news could have been shocking, yet incredible, life-changing for Mary. Mary's response was just so perfect. In verse 38, Mary says, I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled. That is what obedience looks like in the life of Mary. With that news that she had just heard, right? Her response was, let it be so. I can't speak on the behalf of mothers in here, but when you found out you were pregnant, that must have been shocking, right? Maybe you were prepared for it, maybe you weren't. And Mary's response was just what obedience is. Do we know what happened next? Not so much, but there was a lot of waiting involved. We know that she waited at least a few days to even go visit and tell her cousin Elizabeth. And the truth is that preparing and anticipating for a baby to arrive involves a lot of waiting. When I was preparing to have my daughter, right, I was so happy, but boy, was I so impatient. So I just wanted her to be here, right? And we know the process that it takes when the baby is to be born. 9 months is a long time. But in the waiting for Mary, she was obedient. An act of waiting means being obedient and choosing to be obedient. Mary was essentially recruited into the most important pregnancy on earth, a supernatural incarnation in her womb, and she said, yes, Lord. And if we are to be Christians who are living Christmas in all that we do, then we are called to be actively waiting in obedience to God's direction and purpose for our lives. Our waiting needs to be accompanied by faithfulness. Now we understand that Jesus is not coming back through somebody's womb. In fact, his second return is completely different, and you can check out Revelations 19 for some of that. But the point is, just like Mary, the in-between, we are to be people who are obedient to God, obedient to Christ, and obedient to the Holy Spirit while we are waiting. Waiting reminds us that God is in control. So what does that look like for you and for me? What does waiting look like for you when you are obedient to Christ? What does waiting look like when you are faithful to Christ? Our act of waiting means choosing obedient living. And that means choosing to love. This is a mindset and a lifestyle. Loving God and loving others in action, and it makes our waiting for Jesus' second advent active. We are all waiting for Jesus to return. And in between, we must be obedient. We must be following Christ. We must be choosing to love. And I know that may sound difficult for some of us to do, but we must do that. While we are waiting for Jesus' return, we shouldn't be going about it with an attitude, being cranky, worrying, too busy, too nervous. We want to be people who are actively loving God and actively loving others in everything that we do. back in Matthew chapter 5, it says that we must be loving on our enemies. That is what living Christmas looked like. And Christian living is not passive. While we are waiting, we are loving, even when it's difficult. Even when it requires sacrifice, even when it requires putting others above our own, above ourselves. This took me a while to understand because, like I said, I'm not patient a lot of the times. But waiting allows us to see how God works. Waiting allows us to see how God is good. Waiting, and while we are waiting, we can see how God delivers on his promises. C.S. Lewis, while doing some searching and researching and studying, C.S. Lewis, he had a little quote that he put together that kind of gives us an understanding of waiting. Let me find it here in my notes. C.S. Lewis puts it that while we are waiting, we can see how God works, and he says this. Imagine yourself living or as a living house. God comes in to rebuild that house. At first, perhaps you can understand what he is doing. He is getting the drains right and stopping the leaks in the roof and so on and so on. You knew that those jobs needed doing, and so you are not surprised. But presently, he starts knocking down the house about in a way that hurts and does not seem to make any sense. What on earth is he up to? The explanation is that he is building quite a different house from the one you thought of. Throwing out a new wing here, putting up an extra floor here, running up towers, making beautiful courtyards. You thought you were being made into a decent little cottage, but he is building a palace. He intends to come and live in it himself. I think that quote and that piece by C.S. Lewis is important because we sometimes think our way is the best. That when we're waiting for what we can do, not what God can do. But when we wait, it forces us to understand that we are not in control. And that we are not the one who is completely or are able to hold everything together. That while we are waiting, it is God who is working on something we don't fully even understand. But it will be better than what we thought. And I had to realize that in my own life, that I cannot control everything because I am impatient. And that I had to give everything to the one who is in complete control. While I am waiting to hear from God, it can help me be a little less worry-free. Because God's plan is the best plan for my life. I can see how he delivers on the promises that he made while we wait. As we are gearing to celebrate Christmas, I've been tasked to ask this question: why do I celebrate Christmas? And this is something that you can think about too. Well, for me, I love that it brings us to the remembrance of family, of joy, and of peace. The anticipation of waking up on Christmas mornings, it's a lot different for me when I was a kid versus me now as an adult and as a parent, right? In the beginning, as a kid, I couldn't wait to see what was under the tree. 9 times out of 10, I think I knew what it was because I knew where my toys were coming from. But that's beside the point. The feeling that I had as a kid, oh, I can't wait to see what gift I got today. And as an adult and as a parent, I'm so happy that my daughter, she loves Christmas. That she loves the fact that there is something under the tree that will make her smile, and for me, brings me so much joy. But now as she's getting older, I can tell her another reason why we wait for Christmas. And it's not about that gift right there, but a gift of eternal life that we now have because we believe in Christ. That I can tell my daughter that, hey, this is all fun and beautiful, and I love doing these things for you, but did you know that there is a God who was born to save you and me? You see how great that is? I have to teach her that she must be patient and wait, that I can't allow her to open up this gift just yet, so that when she does open it, the joy that it brings her. And that is the same for us in our relationship with Christ. We are waiting for him to return, but while we are waiting, let us be obedient to him. Let us choose to be faithful to him. And I know the waiting process is crazy long, but the fulfillment that we have when it's all said and done is 100 times better. I know we all love Christmas. I hope we all do. I hope we love the fact that we get to spend time with family and friends and gather together. But we must be faithful while we wait. We can see how God is going to do amazing things in our lives when we are actively waiting with obedience. That we can see that God is in control while we are waiting. I challenge you, I encourage you that this season and everything that it means and everything that it stands for, that we are putting our faith and our trust in Jesus Christ. That we believe that there was a baby in this manger who was the Savior of the world. That he lied just like that, just like the little babies that we have held in our lives, how precious that is. But we know that there was a baby just like that who became the Savior of the world. And I choose to follow him and love him daily. And I encourage you to do the same. I know waiting can be hard. I know we want what we want when we want it. But when we're following Christ, when we have a relationship with Christ, And if our lives are aligned with His Word, the waiting helps us grow. As we sing this closing song, just think about the moments that you have in your lives where you are waiting, and are you bringing that to the Lord? What the things that you're waiting for, are you giving that to Christ and saying, Lord, as I wait for this, is this even something that you want from me? Is this something that you have for me? While we are waiting, let us be actively waiting for Christ's return, waiting and choosing to be obedient in waiting, and choosing to love others, love ourselves. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for who you are. We thank you for that you love us. We thank you that you were born. We thank you that you have gifted us life. Lord, we love you. In this season, Lord, please be with us. In the busyness of our lives, Lord, please be with us. If we are worrying and stressed, Lord, please be with us. Because you are the one who's in control. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. We're going to sing our closing song. If you want to stand, up to the altar if you need to.
Light up your face, shine on us, that we may be saved, that we may have light to find our way in the darkest night. Lord, let your light shine on us. Lord, let your grace from your hand fall on us. Lord, let your grace from your hand fall on us, that we may be saved, that we may have light to find our way in the darkest night. Let your grace fall on us. Lord, let your love come over us. Lord, let your love with no end, come over us, that we may be saved, that we to find our way in the darkest night. Let your love come over us. Let your grace fall on us. Let your light shine on us.
Heavenly Father, as we think about all the things we've waited upon, it's never been easy. We want things to be perfect. We want things to be smooth sailing. But Lord, sometimes we find ourselves in rough waters. We find ourselves caught at stoplights and traffic. We know this is part of life, but Lord, give us patience and recognize the fact that you have redeemed us all. Everyone who is called upon your name has been saved. And Lord, today I can only imagine people still fighting the day. Lord, we surrender all. Rescue us as we call upon you. And as we wait for things to get better, we trust in you, Lord. We know that your grace is sufficient. Now, Lord, as we go our different directions today, as we head our way home, help us to wait a little bit better. Recognize that you have a plan and you are in control. And this we pray. Amen. God bless you all and go with God.